Hello guys, welcome back. Another quick video here. Banish the Doubt. It's just meditating. And what I've been practicing doing is when I know, apologize for the light here. You can't see the the board too well, but I'll explain this in a second. What I've been starting to incorporate is when I meditate and the thoughts that come in to my mind. And if something like this video now, I get inspired to do, I'm going to, you probably can't hear that well, but I'm going to act on that inspiration. You see, because when we're meditating, these thoughts that come up, who we see, what we're hearing, now not anything that's exciting, that feels inspired, act on that. Here's the thing. This is the thought that I had. Tomorrow morning, Monday morning, you wake up and at some point you look at your bank account and you see a deposit there for $1 million. If your thought is nothing, if your thought is anything other than, wait a minute, well, how did that happen? This must be a mistake. If your thought is that is the rational mind thinking, taking over. That's not that's not the reason that happens. You say, this must be a mistake. Something's wrong here. This is the rational mind. This is the part of your mind that says, yeah, you say you want to be a millionaire, but no. Look at your life. No one in your family has ever been a millionaire. This is so just from that happenstance, because we can generate that money that fast. If you're struggling with money right now, or better yet, if you have a lack of money, a lack of resources as far as thinking on how to attract that money into your life. See, because the word struggle is part of our subconscious programming. The word struggle is part of how we've been led to believe our life should be. Struggle, grind. If you go to your work and you have to grind, these are all words that we attribute to our life because it's who we have become. Life is hard. It's all uphill all the time. I heard a very prominent speaker who's been around for many, many, many years. He's a pioneer in the leadership area, if you will. And a couple times now, I've heard him talking about, and talks to his kids, and talks in general about life is uphill all the way. No, it's not. That's his reality. That's not your reality, unless you want that to be. So when you say things like, this must be a mistake, money can't just show up in my account, understand that's your reality. That's the reality that you have created. You're creating a reality where money is being blocked from going into your account. If you start right now, and more specifically when you go to bed tonight and then tomorrow morning when you wake up, your reality is, yes, I am right here, right now. I am a millionaire. I'm so happy and thankful that I am a millionaire. That part of my life is taken care of. I have enough resources. I've generated enough resources. I've attracted, that's the key. We attract the money into our life. I've attracted $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. I've attracted into my life a lifestyle where my taxes are 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 10, 90, $100,000 a year, because there are people living with that reality. Here's why I say that, because when you're living a reality where your taxes are 30, 50, 70, $80,000 per year, is because you've attracted enough income, enough money to your life where you can afford to pay that. I was with my family today for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there watching this. But I was there, and you just sort of, when you start to do this, when you start to really start to incorporate this type of thinking into your life, when this becomes your reality, you start to become more perceptive of the reality that you are in, the people within your reality. Watch the conversations, watch the body language, and you start to notice. You start to notice habitual ways that people think and act, and the way they talk to each, converse with each other, and the topic of conversations. And it's very much the same, like I've always mentioned before, or I've mentioned before in other videos, we become like the ping pong ball in the machine, the pinball in the machine. We are, if you can see this, we are, there's the pinball. Okay, here's the game. And here are down here is the little flappers. I'm not that great at drawing, but this is the pinball. Your life, my life, what I was talking about today. And we just bounce, 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 bounce. Ball just bounces off of those pads, those little bumpers. And the bumpers are everybody in your life. The bumpers are the people in your life that you just bounce off of all day long at your job, in your family. Okay. And the topics of conversation are what? Gossip, right? It's a big one. That's probably the biggest one, right? Um, what's going on with the world, economies, whatever. So I was with them today and they were talking about middle class and how the middle class gets squeezed and the middle class pays all the taxes. And really, in life today, in our life, we should either be really, really, really rich or really, 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 really poor. But you see, this is the reality that people live in. They're the pinball, and there's bounce, 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 bounce off of these bumpers. So, a person who is sort of in this reality, if this were to, well, you can't see that again, but if this were to happen to them, suddenly $1 million were to show up, their first thought is, not me. It's just, this must be a mistake. But the reason for me making this video is because this is not your reality unless you choose to have this to be your reality. Ladies and gentlemen, in every moment of your life, we have this choice. We can either choose to focus on the life that we want to have now, as if it's happening now. We have an attitude of gratitude. And like I spoke about earlier today, when we do this, when we focus on the future that we draw it to us, we attract it to us. When we do that, we start to open up areas within our brains and our bodies, and our bodies actually begin to heal. But we don't heal, we decide to change. And it's in the decision of that change where our bodies heal because we are changing. You see, because if you're somebody who's suffering see, this is part of I'm still coming through this. If you're somebody who's chosen a life of addiction, and on a certain level, you have chosen that life. Alcoholic Anonymous is fantastic. But Alcoholics Anonymous says that the person who was going through those 12-step or came out the other end, they say every day, I'm an alcoholic. Well, respectfully, I say, no, you're not. Because if you've changed who you are, then the person who you've decided to change to be right now, to embody this person, has never had an a drip of alcohol in their life. So they can't be an alcoholic. the person that they decide to change away from, that person. So when you change, see, when you're here, okay, and you decide to change, and you decide to become this person, that person there, this new person, they don't have that past. You When you decide to change, when you decide right now in this moment or whenever it may be, you change the future and the past because you're a new person. We're changing every single day, every single moment. I am the person where this is a reality. $1 million come to my account? Absolutely. Yes. Shows up. I'm expecting it to show up. There's an expectation. So when you change your past. So the person you change now had never had alcohol problems in their life. So they're not alcoholic. They can't be. Or a gambler, a person who gambled, or a person who had a sex addiction, or whatever it may be. The person who could never keep a job, or always had dead end jobs, or never had enough money in their life. I'm changing. When I change now. And that person, the person who I am now, never had that problem. And my focus is not on that. It's not on the past. It's on the future. But the future is now. So I'm choosing now to be that person. I choose now to be the person whose reality is, annual taxes of 70, 80,000 a year. And if that's something you can't comprehend right now, that's fine. Then I'm the person whose tax liability each year is 12,000 or 10,000 or 15 or 20,000. Why? Because that means you have attracted enough money into your life that you can afford to do that. You live that kind of a lifestyle. See what I'm saying? So going back to what inspired me to make this video, when you feel inspired to do something, Anthony Robbins always talked about this. Go, do it now. Act on that. Because that is the spirit within inside of you speaking. See, for far too long, you've lived your life, and I live my life this way, where it's the outside that dictates how I feel. Okay? It's the outside. It's them out there changing or letting me know how I feel. That's the ego. The ego says, what you think of me, hear this, hear this. What you think of me is more important than what I think of myself. This is why people drink. Today, people out celebrate Mother's Day. I know out where I was living, lots of people drinking. Why? Because it's a subconscious programming. I'm not saying you can't have an alcoholic beverage, a beverage or two, and enjoy that. Absolutely. People don't just have one and say, okay, I'm done. People look, because that's the escape. They're escaping this reality where it's just bumper, 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 same stuff, gossip, the world, middle class, whatever. So if you're not waking up tomorrow morning with a vision of your future, you're left with this. You're left with the same stuff as today and yesterday. But you can't say, I don't like this, okay? This here, and this little guy over here, but then not do anything after watching my video. You decide to change right here now. You decide. When I meditate, and whatever feels inspiring in the moment, I act on it now. And acting on, not necessarily making a video or something, but you may write something down. When you go to sleep tonight, think about what you've been thinking about. So from this video on, you want to get into the practice of becoming so present, so in the now, that a thought of how you used to be, okay, this, and I don't believe this, doesn't slip your mind. You catch it. So, that's the old me. The new me, okay, the new me is the person that believes in that future, that is living that future now. I don't care what kind of job you go into tomorrow. I don't care if you're a janitor somewhere or you're a CFO at a bank or whatever it may be. Whatever you do, you're watching this video. If it's not who you are on the inside, it's who you know you could and should be, this person, then you go to that job. You're there physically, but emotionally and mentally, you're whatever it may be. When you go to sleep tonight, your bedroom is the bedroom of the condo, the townhouse, the house, the second home on the beach, on the lake, in the mountains, whatever it may be. You're sleeping there. See yourself waking up and going to that bathroom in your master bedroom, going downstairs, and it's an open concept. Whatever it may be, you see the car that you would love to own, that you're going to own one day. You see it going to sleep, you see it in your driveway. You start to embody and live like this person. Now, no longer this person. Because when you change this guy, everything changes. This guy, this girl, never had that past. You can't, because you're changed. That's what I'm talking about. You don't live this life anymore. You don't live it now. When you are temporarily, if you're still around in this type of environment, like myself today, you may be there physically. Okay, they can see you physically, but emotionally and psychologically, you're not there. You can be in that environment, but not a part of the environment. There's the distinction. I can be in the environment, but not a part of the environment. You don't desire it anymore because you've changed. You are the person where, yeah, $1 million showed up in my account. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I've been anticipating this happening. Where'd it come from? Doesn't matter. It's there. Bank says it's legit. I say it's legit. I've been anticipating this happening. The how and the how long and the why is the ego speaking. You, it's who you are. It's who you are now. It's you listening to, like I just did, listen to that voice inside and act on that inspiration. This is how you do this. This is how you learn. You start to grow. You start to, we never go into any opportunities in life. We grow into opportunities. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel and you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and go back and watch today's earlier video about Skinner's box. I talked about Skinner's box. See, because Skinner's box has us thinking this. Our new changing has us thinking, there he is, this guy here. Okay, Skinner's box has us thinking this, and has us thinking this, has us thinking this, and living this life. Watch my video. You'll understand what I was just talking about. The new person we decide to change to be. You watch the video from earlier today, and you'll see how on a chemical level, how it starts to change. Not help. We're not healing. We are healing, but we decide to change, and our inner side, who we are on the inside, heals. Starts to heal. So that is my message for you tonight, guys. You change who you are now, and everything changes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, for being a member. I'm just starting to learn how to do this whole membership thing with my channel. You may start seeing some things on the channel as far as memberships and super. I think it's called Super Thanks or something like that. So I'm in the process of learning all this. If you guys understand this stuff, send me a comment down below. Feel free, please, to share this video with everybody you know, because again, like I've always said, the more these videos get out to the world, the more people in this world we can help to change or understand or bring to them this opportunity to change. The more people say, I change now, the better the world is, the healthier the world is. And that is my passion for making these videos. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night. God bless, and I'll see you on the other side.